Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I'm really very happy today because today's lecture is about farewell sermon. About in the sense we would be studying about reading about the most popular speech ever given by any person to set foot on the planet Earth. Trust me. See, there will be so many leaders, political, regional, military leaders, entrusted with the responsibilities of carrying out the task of their communities, their people, their regions. So many historians have come, so many kings, dictators, good people, bad leaders, blah blah blah. This farewell speech, farewell sermon, where our Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam would do now or had done, the beauty, the elegance, every sentence which you would read now, it will evoke tear, nothing less than a tear. You realize that he is going to leave us. See, look at the context. His 23 years, his 40 years he spent, his earlier 40 years, no any mistake happened. You do entire seerah of Nabi Sallallahu, not a single error. What a single unfair incident he might have done. He got into a brawl, he became angry. Ya Rab, entire seerah you do. And last second 23 years, his suffering, his isolation, he had been removed from his very own place. 10 years later become victorious. Then after 63 years, at the age of 63, 62, he is giving this speech. You have to understand the context. A king is giving a speech, or maybe today I might give a speech, but I might have not even gone through a percentage of hardship like as this man has gone through. And then at the end, when he's going to, about 3-4 months later, his sad demise is going to happen, and this speech, amazing. Let's read about it. The previous lecture, you could easily see the context is his 8th day at Mina. We read about that. They have now reached Arafah. Short recap. His companions he had gathered. There is a Urana Valley today, which is Masjid al-Namira. That mosque is the place, and we are starting exactly from this image itself. This is the image of old Masjid al-Namira, next to which the Prophet ﷺ delivered the farewell sermon. Today it has been considered a giant mosque today, and there is a large space to people. And you would be all watching this live telecast of the sermons, the prayers. But that is the very place you could pretty much imagine that Nabi ﷺ delivered his farewell sermon. So here we are starting it. After the Prophet ﷺ had praised and glorified God, he said, "Listen to me." This is speech. I am reading in English. You could easily search on net and you'd find the Arabic version of it. A big speech. The whole passage has been given to this only, assigned for the speech itself. The hadiths are Al-Bukhari 440. Dear friends, please, it is my humblest request to you. I might be wrong over here. Leave me aside. Find the best scholar possible, best sheikh possible, Sheikh Mufti or the Pakistani followers, whoever are they, Tariq, Jamil, all of them. No problem, I don't have any problem regarding that, but read about this farewell speech. I might be very fast here, I might be doing my mistakes, my own mistakes. Who am I? I am just one fellow who is just reading about and sharing with my age fellows who are really dedicated, sincerest towards their Islam, their madhab. Read about this, refresh yourself with this farewell speech. This is in English. The translation, hadith is there, Bukhari 440, Muslim hadith is there, Dawood hadith is there, Ahmad hadith is there, 44019051218 Muslim. This is the farewell speech, verbatim. Let's start. First he is starting Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, in the name of Allah, most merciful. You see, just the tear falling from my eye the moment even I think of it, because that is the very sermon based on which our next 1400 to 1450 years we would be following this. From a man who at the end, and he's done everything as a messenger, man. I mean, just have to imagine this. Just have to imagine, man, brothers, imagine this. What his life, to only spread the message just for the sake Because Allah's, and he's Allah's messenger, what he wants, doesn't want anything. Allah could have given him the best wealth possible, but no. What he does? He gives his message, and this is his final message. Look, listen to me. You may not see me after this year. Can you believe the very first sentence? This is what makes it so very heartening, this speech, and I'm going to dedicate this entire lecture for only this speech. This is my wish. That is what is. Can you imagine today, later, any leader of today's time would be starting his speech with this line. He is saying this because he's come to know. It's like, and you might have heard of the leaders from, those they who used to struggle for their freedom fighters and all of them. Those who, they might be saying, "Oh, tomorrow I might die. Please, like this." But that would be happening in enclosed areas to some handful of people. Here, he is addressing the entire humanity. He's going to address, when you read now, like what the lines which are going to come now from his blessed mouth, you will be shocked. And this all after the no any mean with him. All his companions suffered such torture. What did he had to go from? And even at the very time when he was spreading his message, also, what he's starting with, so much tough. Ya Rab, Allah's love on him, Allah's blessing on him. Your blood, your property, your honor are forbidden for you to take by illegitimate means, just as the violation of sanctity of this day, in this month, in this city. Now, your blood, see, that's why you would see this in this whole speech. It is for you, his ummah, for ummah, okay, for all the Muslims. Your blood, your property, your honor are forbidden for you. You can't take by illegitimate means. Don't force. The very first he is saying that be just. Don't force by take any property, any honor, even your blood by force. Because just as the sanctity of in this month, in this city, means in this very day, in this very Makkah itself, on this month, we don't do any illegitimate or forbidden things. The very first time I'm saying you this. Also, I'm telling you this, that it might be possible that I'm not going to be with you next. The very first line he's telling to his follower, how he's following, that's so very emotional. Why our messenger is telling us this when we stayed with us so when the time has come now when only 1 year? Yeah, after victory of Makkah, you only get 1-2 years hardly. Why? And he just, okay, he was in Medina, and all these 10 years he had to suffer, and the battles were going on, sufferings, all of that, and just you get 1 year and the very first line, and then he is telling his ummah, your blood, your property, and your honor are forbidden for you by illegitimate means. Not that it is forbidden you directly, but by illegitimate. Don't be illegitimate. Don't force your relatives and your property and the money and by illegitimate mean or illicit mean, and don't forcibly take it. All practices of the days of Jahiliyyah are hereby abolished. Third line. Today, the practices, by this time I have almost abolished all, but on this day itself, all the practices of the pre-Islamic times are abolished. Hence onwards, the very followings, the teachings which I have said unto you would be followed. Fourth, they are under my 2 feet. Fourth line. All the practices are below my 2 feet. He strictly abolished them. The idol worship times, the Jahiliyyah times, if you would read about the practices, your heart will bleed today. Today's atrocities would mean nothing. That time, okay, the atrocities, but the women were really tortured. I mean, that time they were humiliated, insulted. The Jahiliyyah time practices were like, unmentionable. But he is telling they are under my 2 feet now. Okay. Again, he also says all the killings that took place in the days of Jahiliyyah, revenge are waived. No revenge killing can be sanctioned. The first killing I waive is that of my cousin Rabia ibn al-Harith ibn al-Muttalib. First thing he's starting with is killings. What he's meaning is, all the killings that took place in the days of Jahiliyyah, they are forgiven now. Yani, no one will come now and tell me that during the time of Jahiliyyah, when Islam had not been established, and I killed someone, I now want to take a revenge killing of it. Even I myself, I am waiving, forgiving the killing of my cousin Rabia ibn al-Harith ibn al-Muttalib. Okay, so I don't want any revenge because my own cousin had been killed, and I'm waiving off that. Second, because that time Islam had not been established, so its meaning by this time, forgive. See the very four first lines. This is what I'm telling you. These lines are not going to said by any other leader, any other person on this very earth will not be said, was never not said. He's starting his speech itself by forgiveness. The time he entered Makkah, he forgives. He is now potentially the powerful leader most in the Arabia. Any Sahaba would follow his instruction, and he would easily do whatever wants in the name of revenge, but he forgives. He doesn't want any revenge. All the killings that were done during the time of Jahiliyyah are forgiven. 1, 2. The first such transaction, all the usuri transactions of the days of Jahiliyyah are cancelled, and the first such transaction I cancel is that of my people, the usuri of Al-Abbas ibn Abdul Muttalib. It is abolished in full. You may only ask your principal amount, having no injustice done to you or to others. God has decreed that no usury is permitted, and you know usury means giving loan and taking interest on that. See, this was done during Jahiliyyah, abolished. What a leader, what a man. How much criticism, how much hatred every minute by these Islamophobes on our beloved Prophet ﷺ. Day in, day out of these Western countries, and look at his speech. You would really want to read, after reading this, you would want to spew venom on Nabi Sallallahu, so much hatred. Ushiri, lending money and taking interest, today is done. Poor becomes poor, rich becomes richer. And he himself is telling this. And this was practiced during the time of Jahiliyyah. He is saying, will not be done. They are cancelled. And he gives his very own example. He says, the first such transaction I cancel is that of my people, the usuri of Al-Abbas ibn Abdul Muttalib. It is abolished in full. Al-Abbas, son of Abdul Muttalib, his uncle, Abdul Muttalib is his grandfather, his relative, his own, but he says whatever usury transaction he has done, I forgive it, I cancel that. Okay, no need. If he had done and he lent some money and he wants a higher interest rate, of course that is haram in Islam, but that time it was practiced. But at the end, he is saying that you may only ask for your principal amount. For example, if you have given him 1,000 riyal or 3,000 riyal, don't take interest of 500 riyal from him. You can take 3,000 riyal from them, or dirhams from them, or rupees from them, but no interest. God, Allah has decreed that no usuri is permitted. Allah says that lending money and taking interest is haram in Islam. These are the first sentences which he finishes, the lines. Now, second passage. O people, fear God, yani fear Allah in your treatment of women, mashallah. Ya criticizers, O insulters, O hate throwers on our Prophet ﷺ. You day in, day, minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, you post a video. The more you abuse Nabi ﷺ, the more Islam spreads. See this, he started with this, no usury. Look, these are the very thing, no revenge killing. Isn't this is the only thing which our community is filled with the people? What people are doing all these days? What their life is? Lend money, take money, give money, take money on high banks, companies. How they operate by this? But the very first two practices, killing, revenge, abolished. From now, whatever had been done. Third, he goes to women. Wow. And he knows, now this is one component of our society. Women, the most respectful, but people don't respect her. Now he is lines. Fear Allah in your treatment of women. You take them as a trust assigned by God, and they are made lawful to you by God's word. Take good care of women, for they are stationed with you and cannot determine their affairs. Now you have no say over them other than what has been mentioned. The only exception is that if they commit gross indecency, you women over duty and you over duty to them. Your right is that they should you not accommodate in your homes anyone you dislike. Just can you imagine these lines? And who would say this, man? Who would just say this? Even the most articulate, most sane, most wise person, would it come to your mind? Would come to? I haven't heard, man. I read many sheikhs. I do hear lectures. Just see this line. Line by line, he is telling that first of all, fear Allah in your treatment of women and to human all around, be it Muslim, non-Muslims. Okay, you take them as a trust assigned by God. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when you marry a woman, married, now it's not talking about unmarried. So when the women come to you, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because you trust, you make Allah the wali. Yeah, Rabb, I am giving trust to you. I am Qawamun Nisa, I am the guardian of her. They are made lawful to you. Okay, you can enjoy your relationship with women because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made lawful to them. It is okay because you have done a trust. You make Allah shahid that okay, I will be marrying her, I am her husband. Take good care of women, for they are stationed with you. You cannot determine their affairs. You cannot determine their affairs. Meaning what? You can't forcibly tell you should do this, you should do that. All their affairs have been already done. See how much. Look at the gender equality, feminism. What rubbish! Look what he is telling. He's telling all these people right there itself. That time during Jahili, which leader would, when they were hardly give any other religion, you would see the Muslims are at the lowest level. No, the women are at the lowest level. So sorry. No any book comes near to our Quran, and look at the Messenger of Allah how fair treatment he is telling to his very ummah for the women. It's an entire chapter on their women. He also says that they are stationed with you. They are stationed with you. My wife or your wife, my brothers, sisters. The women are stationed with you. So stationed in the sense you are with them in a house. You cannot determine their affairs. You can't forcibly tell you do this, do that. They know their affairs and they know already, and let Allah handle that. You have no say over them other than what has been mentioned. You have no say over them other than what has been mentioned. Such a powerful line, such an important line. What has been mentioned in the sense, yes. So fine. There are some things, hukuks. You have been told, okay, you should tell your wife to do this, you should tell your wife to do this. Barring that, you can't additionally put burdens on them. For example, don't talk to your mother, don't talk to your father, don't talk on phone, don't talk on this, don't wear this, don't wear that. She all has been knowing her part. If she does all the parts accordingly properly to her Sharia and what Allah's will, you don't have to torture her every time. 2-3 lines he's mentioning, they're not me. It is Nabi Sallallahu khutbah. The only exception is that if they commit gross indecency. So for example, you come across your wife, the lawful woman, and your wives, if you find them indecent, she is having an affair with some person, or she is really committing act, you did find it, at that time this is an exception. You can daily do the other way around. The methodology is different. Your women owe a duty and you owe a duty to them. There is a duty of your woman. See, at that same time, he's not saying that only men. See, we started his lecture with men because men have been assigned the responsibility, but at the same time, he is also addressing the woman and he's telling, yeah, woman, yeah, Nisa, you also have duty towards your men. Men have a duty towards the woman. We all know about with the Sunnah. If you read the Sirah of Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, it's very easy, not a very rocket science, very simple way to live a life with a married when you are married. It is not very complicated. Men and women have made this. Otherwise, a couple can live life very smoothly, very peacefully. Your right is that they should not accommodate in your homes anyone you dislike. Very important line. So in your house, the house is yours. Your wife stays with you. And if you do not dislike a neighbor, man coming in, or you do not like, you dislike or you do not like her mother, her father coming in, you may convey this to your wife. Look, my wife, I don't like your brother coming in. I don't like this man, this woman coming in. Fine, you have this right. He is telling this. It is in his speech. And they do not admit into your homes anyone you do not want to be admitted. Same line. If you don't want that any person or any woman, man, be it anybody, old man, old woman, be it her father, your father, any relative, any neighbor, non-mahram, okay, a person which you have had some fracas with earlier, a quarrel, person with you have had an argument earlier with, a neighbor, anybody. If you are wanting, don't bring him. You tell your wife, and wife has to abide by it. Their right is that you must be kind to them in providing them clothes and foods. Very important line. This is not me, I'm saying, this is Nabi Sallam, your Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. He is telling, their right is that you must be kind to them in providing them clothes and food. You have to provide them cloth. You have to provide them food, that with kindness, with humility, not like a slave. Hey, you are my wife. Hey, you are my children. And I am your product. Hey, I will do for this for you. No, you should be kind. You should be kind. Don't feel that it is, what is this burden on me? Why should I earn money for you? You only earn money. No. Yeah, Habibi, dear brothers, dear sisters, it is from your Nabi. Prophet ﷺ is telling, be kind. It is your duty, and it is their right. Their right as a man, unless Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala doesn't make you disabled and she is helping you. But if you are pretty much capable, strong enough to work and arrange aqil, yani food and clothing for your children and wives. If you have reason to fear rebellion, admonish them first, then leave them alone in bed. Then beat them with pain, without any pain. Oh, such look, the woman writes, yeah, where are the feminists? Look at the, you see, he is telling that you can scold them, admonish them. The second punishment, when they are not listening to you, disobedient, the woman, we know that they will not listen to you. No, I don't want to listen to you. Oh, you talk rubbish. As a man, you have the right to be angry with her, but leave them alone. How you do angry with her? First, scold her. Hey, why are you doing this? You're troubling me. I tell you so many times, but you have to, first, all of the list of the activities and the responsibilities assigned to the men, you have to read them and abide by them first. Be kind in provision of food. Don't torture them. Don't needlessly put your nose in their affairs and keep on torturing them. Take good care of them, okay, and be fair with them, okay. And your right is that talk to them decently, all including. But even after doing all of this, your women, your wives, they are not following you, or they really are rebelling against you. At this time, you might scold them. You are allowed to scold them. Look, you can't do this. Still, she is not listening. Don't share bed with her. Say, I am not sleeping with you. You sleep alone. Today I will not sleep with you. Tomorrow I will not. Until you rectify yourself, I will not. And third, you can beat them without pain. You can beat them. Only little, just touch. No pain should be caused to women. No pain should be caused to women. I repeat 2 times. You are not allowed to beat women. They say even more than a miswak. The maximum you can do is by miswak or a little tap like this. No pain. What are you doing, yeah, my wife? like this, like this. What are you doing? What are you? It's just like a tab. No pain. No pain. Man, why are you blaming Nabi Sallallahu When he, which person would give such beautiful lines? He's instructing us. It's a different thing that it might be some 3-4 followers around 100, 1000 who would be doing bad. Make the entire 1000, we would be still finding the rest of the people truly abiding by Rasul's instructions. And if they pay you heed, do not seek any pretext to harm them. I have left with you what will keep you from error. If you hold on to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's book, that is Quran. I am leaving with you Quran, compiled, the messages came to me, ayahs came to me, compilation has been done. So you keep reading the Quran, read about it, the meaning, and you would stay away from the errors. He is also saying that if they pay you heed, do not seek any pretext to harm them. Now, after doing all of this, when you are not talking to your wife, you stop talking to them, or you are not sharing your time with her, and little tab, just okay, I'm not talking to you enough. I have had enough with you. Now you do whatever you want. But they really will do. They would change their mind. They change their behaviors. Do not seek any pretext to harm them. It is mentioned, do not seek any pretext to harm them. So now don't make any reasons that okay, I will still, now she has improved. See, you wanted what and she has done that. Now don't make a pretext again, and make this reasoning again that next time I will keep a more hold, I will be more, keep your relationship the same. You were before like this. Be same. She has changed. Your good change, your change will keep her in good behavior in this wrongdoings, be bereft of wrongdoings for the future. This is Nabi Sallallahu lies. We go ahead, and in his next paragraph he is saying this: I shall be ahead of you at the Kauthar. Inna atayna kal Kauthar. So that is that water pond, Kauthar. Inna atayna kal Kauthar. Yawm al Qiyamah, Nabi Sallallahu is saying, in that Kauthar, there is a lake there. There is a lake there. If you read this, Inna atayna kal Kauthar, you will know about it. First, Salli li rabbika wanhar inna shaniyaka huwal abtar. You read about this, you will come to know. Now, on the Yawm of Qiyamah, the talab, the pond is there. He is telling them, I will be ahead than all of you. Okay, I'll be the first at the pond. And when the Qiyamah, your day of judgment will come, all the lives, all the dead bodies will be resurrected. And I hope for pride of numbers of my people against other communities. What is meaning by this? Therefore, do not put me to shame. I shall be saving some people, but others will be taking away from me. I'll protest that they are my companions, but I'll be told, you do not know how they deviated after you were gone. People take heed of what I'm saying, because I have delivered my message. MashaAllah, I feel crying. So the other communities' numbers should not exceed. Now you are my community, Ya Ummah, after our prophet there is not going to be any other prophet. So the earlier prophets whose communities had come, and they also delivered their message, I also delivered my message, but oh followers, oh please followers, try to not commit grave sins, because I have already delivered my message. After receiving my message, yet you will make that what you will do at the day of judgment. My number, I want my followers to be more. He says, I want pride. I want pride. My numbers of my people should be more. So do not put me to shame, please. Yeah, my viewers, yeah, my followers, or whoever are there, please, my request, humblest request, don't transgress yourself from Nabi Sallam's Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam's instructions. Try to abide by it. Even I myself will try my level best to do it, but in the major part, I try to save myself from the larger sins. You also do it, because that would put my Nabi Sallam, our beloved Prophet Sallallahu to shame. And the day of Qiyamah, he wants us to rise as not only Muslims, good doer Muslim, or a Muslim who is near to close to Nabi Sallallahu. I shall be saving some people, but others will be taken away from me. I shall be saving some people, but others will be taken away from me. He would be pleading for the sins of those people, but they will be taken. I mean, my follower has done sin, but I plead for forgiveness. But no, he is telling, he is already forecasting this. Is foretelling this, that this will happen. I would want to save, but the people will be taken away from me. I will protest that they are my companions, but I will be told, you do not know how they deviated after you were gone. See, See how he's warning us. That day of Qiyamah, we Muslims who would have done the Kabira sins, the Sagira again, the gravest and the smallest, at that time would be pleading that, oh, our Nabi, our Prophet himself would be advocating for us, would be wanting that, he is requesting that please, these are my followers, I ask for forgiveness of them, but they would be taken. They would be told by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that you do not know. Though you gave the message, they deviated after you left. And what is that? This Shiaism, this Sunniism, this sectarianism which is going on, the non-Muslim, the Muslim, in our very Muslim itself, so many sects. He didn't tell, he only said to be Muslim. And he already predicted it. And this will happen. And we'll have to save ourselves from sins. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's message will be to our Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, at this stage where your Kauthar is there, the pond at the Talab is there, at this pond, he is wanting them all to come. Okay, but the sinners would not be allowed, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is telling to his messenger, will be telling to his messenger at the Yawm al-Qiyamah, that you gave the message, but they deviated. And this is our deviation. Oh my God, even myself, Allah save me. Ya Rab, I pray Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saves me. Even myself, I would be doing so many things. Despite Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala's Nabi is telling us. And that's why when he ends this, he says, people take heed of what I am saying, because I have delivered my message. And my message I have delivered. And the final line, he says, the Prophet ﷺ asked them, you shall be asked to testify about me. This is the line which I was talking to you about in the previous lecture. Which leader would say like this? Okay, I give you freedom, we fight for you, after me you also fight for the freedom of the country, these people will kill me, my job to you, and I'm going, no. He isn't saying like this. Our Prophet is telling, on the day of judgment, you would need to testify. So please testify today, you shall be asked to testify about me on the day of judgment. Not like that I'm giving you freedom and going. No, we both will rise. You will also rise, I will also rise. We both will be risen on the Yawm al-Qiyamah. And so what will you say? All the people, they say, we testify that you have delivered your Lord's message. So this was what I was telling. See, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala messenger who doesn't need any validation, any testimony, he himself is asking his followers, please, testify, I have given the message. Whoever are present, this to the whole humanity, I have delivered the message. After that, I don't want that the Yawm al-Qiyamah you say that, no, we did not receive any message. And this is the reason why dawah goes on. See, the people whose hearts are sealed, who do not have received the message has to be spread. And that's why I salute to all the YouTubers, all the social media influencers who day in, day afternoon, who try to be on their channels, social media platforms, or wherever possible, spread the message. This is deen, to the very severest, harshest critics of Islam, so that their hearts will melt. 1 day, 2 days, 10 days, at least at the day of death. And mashallah, this is going on. So this is the very thing Nabi also did, that in my lifetime I have delivered the message to you, all my fellow companions, all my people, I have message to you. And I'm asking you, because on the day of judgment you will be risen. People are saying, we testify you have delivered your message. Give your people good counsel and fulfill your task. Prophet heard this, he became happy. People said this, yes, we give shahada that you have given the message by the ayahs of Quran and his sunnahs. His message what? The Quran, the entire ayah, 6,000 more, 6,000 ayahs of Quran. Why? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And his sunnahs. What he does? In that we know his one episode which is going to occur when they will return. At that time there is a famous hadith of Ghadir, where either it will be for me and my sunnah, or me and my people, or me and my family. There is a hadith on it. Anyway, that is a deflection, but here people are testifying that you have given your message. Okay. The Prophet ﷺ then pointed his fingers to the sky. He do like this. This is final. This is the final line. He do like this. He point his finger to sky, and then to the people, and said, Ashhadu. my Lord, bear witness. He repeated this several times. Ya Rab, ashadu. Ashadu Allah ilah. Ya Rab, in the sense, shahadat. Ya Rab, my Lord, bear witness. Ya Rab, you be the shahid also. My Lord, bear witness. See, I have delivered my message. And he repeated this several times. Ya Rab, be witness. See, all these people are telling me. Right now they are testifying. We testify you have delivered your message. What a sight. See, he's afraid. He's afraid that on the day of judgment, these people might not testify. But they have now testified. Amazing. I am speechless. What a speech this. I spent 35 to 40 minutes. He would have taken what time? I don't know. And it's hair raising. Unbelievable. In this all, everything has come. Finished. Yani, now, look at the end of the speech. At the very end, he is telling that, I don't know, you might even tomorrow say to this, because Allah, in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I would be ashamed. At that time, you would have to tell this, I have delivered. And he's saying at ending his speech, my Lord, bear witness, be shahada, that I am delivered this message. Unbelievable. Okay, dear friends, dear viewers, thank you so much to be with me today. We covered this minutes. I would have rather wanted to spend 20-25 minutes more, but really time short. I know you people also might be not having that much time to read. We will be ending this. Go through this lecture once, not me, with any other sheikh. Read it on Google it, read it from any source, reliable source, but please let the source be reliable. Read the Arabic text of it, Urdu text of it, Hindi text of it. See if I am doing any mistake. May Allah forgive me, because these are my Prophet's words. These are my beloved Nabi's words. If I do some mistake, I tried my level best in translation with whatever minute limited understanding which I had, what he would have done. I tried to recall the images, the scenes, and tried to portray in front of you, convey that. But if I have a mistake, I pray to Allah that Allah forgives me, because I don't want any minor faltering doing in this speech. This speech is for generations, for now and for Yawm al-Qiyamah. The same would be read for so many. I hope I do justice to the speech. We are closing this. Next lecture we will meet, and at that time we would be starting with the salahs, Duhar Salah. It's there. Many things will be there. Wait a moment. Duhar Salah and Asr, Wukuf at Jabal Ramai, all of this big series is going to go on. I think maybe some 1 month or 2 months will finish in doing this only. I'll try to be as much as fast as possible, and please spread this today's lecture. Oh my God, I need some rest. I will again go through. I'll take some rest and again read through this, and I hope this lecture will change you after reading this. All my followers, all my viewers, will change you, especially your outlook towards women. In the speech you have seen, the viewers, please be very kind and gentle to your woman. It is in your Nabi Sallallahu, it is in your Prophet speech. Okay, so next lecture we will meet. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.